This is Titan TV's NMS News, coming to you live on tape from Studio 105. Today is Monday, May 16th, 2022. Now let's take it to the news studio with Toby and Liam.
Thank you, Luke, and good afternoon, Titans.
After today, we'll only have 8 more school days left of the year.
That even includes the early release day.
Absolutely, Toby. So let's return to the news.
Wednesday is the deadline for 8th graders to turn in their speeches for the 8th grade recognition in a couple weeks. Make sure to get these turned in to the office.
On Wednesday, our Titan bands will participate in the annual Bandarama concert, featuring bands from Northside, Southside, and Muncie Central. This will take place in the Muncie Central Fieldhouse on Wednesday, starting at 7 p.m. This is, of course, free and open to the public.
Then, on Thursday, come back here to the Northside Auditorium for the Titan Choir's Pops concert. The theme of this year is Disney, featuring full choreographed shows from Titan singers, beginning choir, and Titan voices. The concert begins at 6:30 p.m.
Keep working on making the right choices and receiving 0 referrals. There's a dance coming up on Monday, May 23rd, for those of you who stay out of trouble.
And finally, do not forget about the 8th grade recognition. This is the end of our year ceremony to celebrate our 8th graders. This will happen in the gym beginning at 2 p.m. on May 26th. 8th grade parents are welcome to attend.
And those are our top stories from today.
In a quick look at national news, in Tuesday of last week, a passenger of an airplane had to do the unthinkable task of landing an airplane with no previous experience.
The passenger was riding in a single-engine Cessna 208 when suddenly the pilot had a medical emergency.
The passenger immediately reached air traffic control and let them know that the pilot was non-responsive.
Air traffic control then helped guide the passenger to land the plane in Florida for the first time ever.
They said a controller who was also a flying instructor had helped them land the aircraft.
What an amazing story, Toby. What are the odds of that happening?
Hopefully low.
Well, let's now go to Alec to hear about this week's forecast.
Thanks, Liam. Looks like a rainy day today with 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts and a high will be 77 degrees with a low of 56 degrees. The rest of the week will be a mix of sunshine and rain, but temperatures will stay in the 70s and 80s. And look for the same out of the weekend, rainy on Saturday and sunny on Sunday. And if you are in the New York City area, make sure to check out the Midnight NYC Yacht Party that will feature 2 levels of hip-hop and reggae music. Weather for this event will be in the 70s with some rain as well, but that doesn't matter because the entire yacht is air conditioned. That is the weather here at MTV Land and beyond. Now let's go to William to hear about what happened on this day in history.
Thanks, Alec. On this day in 1948, the first chess world championship since World War II was won. Russian player wins a 5-player tournament to begin the 20-year Russian domination. Today is National Barbecue Day. Time to fry up those grills and fill those bellies. It is also National Do Something Good for Your Neighbor. Maybe consider cutting your neighbor's lawn for them. I am sure Mr. Abrams would love that. That's all for this day in history and national days. Let's now go to Dylan to see what is happening in the world of Titan sports.
Good afternoon, Titans. It's time for sports, sponsored by 3rd and 11. Our track team finished out the season the only way we know how, a Titan domination. Last Wednesday, we had our last home meet against Newcastle Middle School. In the boys, placed first in the following events: 110-meter hurdles, high jump, 100-meter dash, 800-meter run, shot put, discus, and the 400-meter relay. The Lady Titans placed first in the following events: 100-meter hurdles, 100-meter dash, 200-meter dash, 1600-meter relay, shot put, discus, and the 400-meter relay. Let's take a look at the score powered by 3rd and 11. The boys finished with a score of 62-39, and the Lady Titans finished with a score of 57-36. Like I said, Titan domination. Our sponsor, 3rd and 11, has a Summer Youth Combine coming up. Here's Mr. Hayes to tell you more.
I want to take this opportunity to invite you to 3rd and 11 Summer Youth Combine. The first one will be June 2nd at 7 p.m. It's open to any K through 6th graders This is an opportunity for the upcoming athletes to develop their skills and play under the lights at Muncie Central Football Field. Keep an eye out on the future Combine events this summer. We hope to see you there.
Thanks, Mr. Hayes. Now we have a special interview with our regional bowling champ who, at the time of recording this, was about to go to semi-state. Here is our own Miss Gudger interviewing Jeremy.
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Gudger here at Northside Middle School, and I've got with me a very special guest, a very special person in my life. His name is Jeremy Hafner, and he's an 8th grader here at Northside Middle School. Welcome, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a little bit more enthusiasm,
No.
kid. Come on. All right, well, I want to introduce everyone to you because you have qualified for the semi-state bowling tournament this weekend. How does that feel?
It feels nice knowing that even though like not everyone made it past, there's only like I can make it past and
Yeah.
continue on to semi-state.
Yeah, that's great. Now, I know how you got started bowling, but tell me a little bit about how this whole bowling thing came about for you.
It started when I was with my mom one day. We were in Muncie we were in a bowling alley at Muncie, and she asked me if I wanted to bowl, and then that's when it all started.
And how old were you?
I was 5 years old.
Oh, wow. 5 years old.
Yep.
And you're still bowling now? What are you, like 35?
No, I'm 14.
What are your goals as you move forward in this tournament?
I don't really like have any goals besides trying to stay up in like the top area to where I can continue on. And then for when I get to state, I'm hoping I can win state, so I at least have some state award for my last year of middle school.
Okay. Those are pretty good goals, though. How are you able to manage your schoolwork along with practicing bowling? Because physically, I told you, I'm pretty old. That has to be
Yeah.
tiring on your body.
It's just about time management, really. You have to, if you're behind on work, get your work done, then go. But normally I go get all my work done, then I'll go for like an hour or two and then go back home.
Okay. So who, if you had to say, was or is the most influential person in your life when it comes to bowling? Like, who do you maybe model yourself after? Do you have like a special spin on the ball? Or?
I model myself after my brother David, who is graduating high school this year.
Okay.
And he's the one who's been there helping me with the two-handed, because I just started two-handed last year.
Okay, explain two-handed.
It's when you hold the ball like this, and it's not like one-handed.
Okay.
And you have more rev rate and more
So like
speed.
me as an amateur when I'm holding the ball like this and
Yeah.
hurting my arms and shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
it is also more tiring on the body.
okay. Well, this sounds really technical. You know how everyone will say, well, it's just bowling, or
Yeah, it's-
I really admire what you're doing, and it takes a lot of work, in my opinion, to be able to bowl and be successful. So what so far has been your best score?
My best score has been a 264. I bowled it at regionals, and that's what helped me win.
Okay, well, congratulations, Jeremy. And I want to wish you the best of luck as you travel through the tournament. And hopefully I'll be able to see you on TV playing some professional bowling later on in life.
PBA, I'm hoping to make it there.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jeremy.
Thank you, Ms. Debbie.
All right. Have a good day. Right. This has been Miss Gudger here with Jeremy Hafner. So back to you, Dylan.
Thanks, Miss Gudger. That is all that is going on in the world of Titan sports, sponsored by 3rd and 11. Let's go to Katie's for birthdays.
Thanks, Dylan. Here are our Titans' birthdays for this week and last week. Emma A., Danny B., Amaya E., Verity F., Jordan F., Caden F., Callie M., Chloe S., Charlie S., Rex V., Isaac W. Happy birthday to all of those Titans. Now here's Fletcher for the week's trivia challenge.
Thank you, Cadence. The answer for between the auditions and recording this week. How many adults were involved in the Titan Showcase and how many students are involved in the Titan Showcase was 37 students and 18 adults. Mr. Choate's class guessed the correct number of students and Miss Carty's class had the closest guess to the correct number of adults. The new leaderboard is going Into the final week of the trivia challenge is Mrs. Teal's class and Mrs. Carty's class tied in first place with 10 points, and Mrs. Mazel's class in third place with 9 points. Now here's this week's question. How many students signed up for this current semester of the Titan TV Club? Closest guess gets 5 points. Discuss as a class and have your success teacher send in the answer to nmstitantv@gmail.com. Thank you for playing Trivia Challenge. Now it's time for really, really bad jokes with Sarah.
Your mother has been with us for 20 years, John, said John. Isn't it time she find her own place? My mother, replied Helen. I thought she was your mother.
Thank you all for staying during with us this podcast.
The school year may be coming to a close, but clubs are still in full force.
With that said, let's turn to the club news.
If you are needing help with schoolwork, homework help is the right place for you. This is Tuesday through Thursday in the cafeteria.
Titan Jazz will meet in the band room for this Wednesday to 8 a.m. to 8:45 a.m.
Boys and Girls Club will meet at lunch this Wednesday.
This Wednesday is the last D&D club meeting during the school year from 8 a.m. to 5:30 in the library room with Mr. Harder.
Titan Voices will meet this Thursday in the choir room at 8 a.m. Remember to enter at door 8.
The FCA will meet at Friday in the choir room at 8 a.m. through 8:40 a.m.
These clubs are open to everyone, and we hope you will come out.
A little over a week ago was the Muncie Community Schools Art Show at the Field House.
Here's Liam reporting more on this.
Liam here on location in Northside's middle school art teacher, Mr. Farber, and I have a couple questions for you today. What is the art show?
The art show is something that we hold here in Muncie Community Schools every year. Traditionally, we've done it in coordination with the Muncie Mall. We've had the art show at the mall for over 50 years. This year, we're going to do a test run of having it over at the Field House by Central. And that worked out very well. We had a lot of people show up, and overall, I think it was for the first year of doing it that way, I think it was a success.
How is this a great opportunity to students?
It's a great opportunity for students to really show off all of the things that they've worked on all year long, and their talents and just the effort that they've put into their artwork.
What criteria are the students judged upon?
Generally, I like to find a piece from almost every student. Now I have about 400 students over the course of a year, so sometimes that's a little tough.
Yeah.
So I generally will go through each class and pick out the ones that kind of stand out visually. Could be color, it could be, when we're talking about pottery, it could be the color that they use or the shape, the form. It just varies from class to class and from student to student, but I try to get in at least one thing of each student as much as humanly possible. This year for the art show is the first time that we've done it where it's sort of a juried show in that the people attending can vote on what they considered best in show. A lot of votes. It came down to 2. We ended up with a tie, which worked out perfectly. A male student, Terry, and a female student, Tatiana, both came in with the most votes. It had a lot of second runner-ups, probably too many to mention. But that was a fun aspect of it for this year.
What was it like to have people admiring your work?
Exciting. It's kind of cool.
Do you have any more plans to create art in the future?
Yes.
Can you tell me some ideas that you have?
Like paintings with like animals and with emotions.
Thanks, Liam.
Believe it or not, it's our last Monday will be our last Titan TV of the year.
It will also be our last production from Studio 105 before a big move to Studio 306.
Next week's MS News will feature our 8th graders as it's their last chance to be on air.
But until then, make sure to like us all on the socials and to subscribe to us on YouTube.
I'm Lucian.
And I'm Gabriel.
And it's been your MMS News, 5 students, 4 students.
Work hard, be kind, own your future, and
stay cracking, laughing. Stay classy, Titans.
Ah, syrup.